Greetings, Naked News Guy here, and today I want to talk about my 48th political position, which is on the death penalty. Now, those who have been watching my channel for a while, have been seeing my content, know that I am a death penalty supporter. Yes, I am. I believe that if you murder somebody, you should be executed. If you rape or torture a child, you should be executed. Pure and simple. There should be no getting out of it. There should be no probation, which is what some people actually get for these crimes when they snitch on their co-defendant. There should be no life in prison without parole. You should be executed. You should be forced to go to trial, and you should be executed. Now, I do believe that the death penalty is unfairly applied. It is a proven fact that almost everybody on death row is poor, irregardless of their race. Now, the reality is this. The majority of people executed are indeed Caucasian nowadays. Maybe that wasn't always the case before, but it is now. But either way, they're almost always poor and they're almost always men. Bullshit. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're Asian. I don't give a shit if you're 90 years old or if you're 19. If you do these crimes, you should be executed. The death penalty should be a mandatory punishment for murder, for rape, or torture of a child. No questions asked. That's what happens when you do that crime. Now, the fact that it takes decades sometimes to execute somebody, I'm not sure how we could reform that, but the reality is this. You should be executed for these crimes. The death penalty should not have to be painless either. You know, the idea like the last one in Tennessee, I believe, Byron White, who murdered his ex-girlfriend and her two daughters, and then now his attorneys are saying, oh, it looked like he suffered. Fuck him. I hope he did suffer. You should be executed, and they should take your organs if you're young enough and donate to people to them on the organ donor registry. Pure and simple. There are lots of people that need a heart, that need kidneys, that need to stay alive. You killed people, you raped a child, you tortured a child, you should be executed. They should harvest your organs if you're young enough and in good enough shape and give it to people who need them. No sympathy for these crimes. None whatsoever. Now, I do believe DNA should be a requirement. I do believe that you should have a fair trial. You should have a good defense. Yes, I do. And do I believe that people have been wrongly executed in the past? Yes, I do. And I still believe that there's people that are on death row right now, old cases, where there is no DNA evidence. And if that's the case, they need to be retried. But once you're found guilty of these crimes, you should be executed. You should get one appeal. Not 30 years later, all of a sudden, you're retarded. Bullshit. You murder somebody, you rape a child, you torture a child, we execute you, we chop your head off, and we take your organs and we give them to somebody who needs them. Naked News Guy here. Like and subscribe for more content.